Hello again, my friends. My name is Alice, for those who know me, and I'm the owner and founder of Fika Canada, which means Arrive Canada. This is where I give you all the information and requirements in your pursuit of reaching Canada, be it on temporary basis, that is a visit, or you're coming as a student to study. Those are called temporary basis, or you're coming more permanently, you're being sponsored by family, or you're coming on one of the provincial nomination programs, you're coming through the Quebec nomination program, or you're coming through the federal skilled program, right? Those are permanent pathways. So whichever pathway you're using, I give you all the information so that you know exactly what to do, you know what to put in your application, you know why they don't do interviews. I've explained this, why they don't do interviews. I've explained what documents to compile, because there's no chance of an interview, so you have to put all your documents together so that you maximize your chances of being given a visa. All right. Today I wanted to cover um, family ties. Why they keep asking about these family ties, social ties. You might see in some denial letters, they'll say you don't have social ties, you don't have family ties, you don't have social ties, whichever language they use. I'll tell you why this is important, so that you provide those documents if you have them. If you don't have it, there's nothing really you can do. Like, let's say you're a 22-year-old, you finished high school maybe at 18, and now you've been tarmacking and working hard, taking odd jobs, and now you want to come and study. Seriously, you don't have family ties that they are looking for. The family ties they're looking for is not your parents. They know if you come and study, you're more likely not to return, based on the fact that you have parents or brothers and sisters back home. So the family ties they are looking for when it comes to very young people coming for a temporary basis is if you have a spouse. So a spouse is anyone who is you're married to, you've been living with for the last 1 year or more. You're in a committed, consensual, physical relationship that is tied together financially, emotionally, in all those ways. You're tied together with this person. This is considered your spouse. So if you have that, you can attach documents showing you have a spouse, and you can't just say it. There's no interview. So now you have to attach documents that you actually with this person on a permanent basis. So you attach a lease where both your names are there. You attach bank documents, bank statements where both your names are attached. You attach any land titles that you guys have, any car leases or any car loans that you have. You attach any car logbooks that you own a car together. So you'll need to show both of you. This is your spouse. Okay. The other one you can show is children. You have small children under the age of 18. They are depending on you. So this is a compelling reason for you to come for a temporary basis and to return to your children and to your spouse. Your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, your uncles, your aunties, this is not considered family ties. These are not enough compelling reasons for you to come on a temporary basis and to return. This is why they're asking for this. Okay. The other documentation you can provide to social ties is, of course, you have a job, you're working, so you provide an employer letter saying you've been working for them for this duration of time, you make this certain amount of money, and so for that reason you're coming for a temporary basis. You're coming maybe for a conference or a summit for 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, and then you will return to your job. Okay, so this is your job. You need to have one. If If you don't have one, it's not a good thing for you. It doesn't show a compelling reason for you to return. The other reason you can be studying, if you have like when I was coming, I was a student at a college, so I asked the college to write me a letter to say I'm attending college there, I'm in my, let's say, first year. School is closed for that time, so I'm allowed to go. I'm expected to return to class, let's say January 3rd or something like that. So if you're in school and you're coming maybe for an occasion here, a wedding, any other social event that is happening, you have such a letter that you're studying, you're a full-time student, you're coming for a short time and you're expected to be in class at a certain date. These are ties that show that your intention is to come for a short visit and then to return. So school, I've talked about a job, have a job, have a family, have a wife, have children that you can show you're returning to. But if you don't have them, please don't fake these documents, because if you fake it, becomes worse if they investigate and find out they are fake documents. Sometimes they ban you for 5 years. You cannot reapply to come to Canada for 5 years. So if you don't have them, you don't have them. You just apply as you are. Sometimes that's all you need. You just need to be who you are, and sometimes you get it. If you hear stories about people who have come, it's because they just applied as they were and they were successful. The other thing I wanted to talk about is those ties they keep talking about. Travel history. Travel history is tied to your family and social ties. So let's say, for example, you've traveled around, let's say you're coming from Africa, you've traveled to neighboring countries in your continent in Africa. You've gone, you've returned. You've gone to another country, you've returned. You've gone to just even one country, you go there for business, and you return. And they can see this. And the only way to demonstrate this, again, there is no visa requirement, so you won't be asked these questions for Canada. I'm talking about specifically for Canada. For other countries like US, UK, they have interviews, so you're able to defend. You will be asked a question, you answer it. You asked a question, you return with an answer. But for Canada, you're just attaching documents. They will ask you, what have you done in the last 5 or 10 years? So this is where you say, I went to Djibouti for business on this date and this date. I stayed for 2 weeks and I returned to my home country. I then went to South Africa for 1 week, this date and this date, and I came back. But how do you explain that? You explain that with your visa stamps, entry, exit to those countries. And this shows that you're a person who can go to a foreign country. Any country that's not yours is a foreign country. So you've gone to a foreign country, and you've returned to your home country. You've gone to another foreign country and you have returned to your home country. Now, traveling within your continent is okay. It's even better if you travel to those first world countries that are comparable. Like, let's say you want to come to Canada and you have travel history to other first world countries. Let's say UK, you have entry exit visa, you have entry exit stamps on your passport. This is good travel history. You've traveled to Switzerland, you've traveled to Poland, you've traveled to France, you've traveled to Germany, you've traveled to Australia, you've traveled to US, you've gone, you've returned. This makes it very easy for them to see, oh, this person can actually go to a comparable country and they've not overstayed their visit. Because one of the biggest worry about first world countries, for people coming from Asia, from Africa, they always have a fear that people want to come, and when they see that it's very good, they want to overstay and they don't want that. So know the reason why they're asking for these things, so that you know how to attach your proof that you've traveled, attach your proof that you have a family to come back to, attach your proof that you have a job to return to, attach your proof that you have a family dynamic comprising of your children, your spouse that you will be returning to, you have a school that you're attending that you will return to, or you have a job. Thank you so much for watching. Please always remember to subscribe, to like, to share with your friends. I want this information to spread like wildfire so that everybody has the information that they need when it comes to immigration to Canada. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much.